Hey everyone, Miss Megan here from the Columbus Public Library Teen Department, and welcome to What's New in Teen Lit. This month I'll be sharing the latest in YA retellings. These are classic stories that have been rewritten, remixed, and reimagined. If one of these titles catches your attention, head over to our website, cvlga.org, to place it on hold. You can pick it up curbside or in the building at any of our locations. And plots aren't the only thing that can be recycled. I'll show you 3 crafts using old books as our main material. Let's get started. Never Look Back by Lilian Rivera, published by Bloomsbury, is a great choice for fans of mythology. Afro-Dominican bachata musician Fias visits his father in the South Bronx each summer. This particular summer, he meets and falls in love with Yuri, a young Puerto Rican woman suffering from PTSD after surviving Hurricane Maria. She feels she is being followed by the demon-like Otto and only finds solace in attending daily Catholic Mass. After Yuri is attacked at a local nightclub and slips into a coma, Fias, an atheist, partners with local spiritual leaders to travel to the underworld and release Yuri from Otto's hold. For a modern Latinx retelling of the Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, combined with realistic discussions of mental health, spirituality, and religion, check out Never Look Back by Lilian Rivera. Beauty and the Beast fans will want to check out Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon, published by Simon Pulse, the first book in the St. Rosetta's series. A feud that spans generations is brewing at St. Rosetta's Academy, an elite boarding school near Aspen, Colorado. Princess Jaya Rao is making it her mission to break the heart of Gray Emerson, a nobleman from the family who stole a prized ruby from the Raos during India's days of British colonialism. And when the Emersons drag her little sister into things, she wants nothing but revenge. Gray has lived like a recluse out of his family's fear that the curse Jaya's great-great-grandmother put on them will cause him to die when he turns 18. And things are fine until Jaya shows up wearing a glowing red ruby. Will Jaya be successful in her plans? Pick up Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon to find out. Wicked as You Wish by Rin Chupeco for Sourcebooks Fire is the first book in the 100 Names for Magic trilogy, combining elements from a variety of legends, folklore, and fairy tales to create a modern story. Magic is illegal in the royal states of America, so Prince Alexei of Avalon, the kingdom left desolate after the Snow Queen trapped it in ice, is living incognito in Arizona and has to keep his and his friend Tala's identity secret. You see, she is a spellbreaker, someone who has the power to negate magic. When the legendary Firebird, Avalon's protector and most powerful weapon, shows up, Alex, Tala, and a group from Cheshire venture out to reclaim Avalon. For a remix of global folklore and fairy tales meets reality, grab Wicked as You Wish by Rin Chupeco. Based on the Broadway musical of the same name, Alice by Heart by Stephen Sater for Razorbill sets the story of Alice's adventures in Wonderland against the backdrop of World War II. Alice Spencer and her friend Alfred are sheltering from the blitzkrieg on the 2 crowded platforms of the London Underground. Alice worries about Alfred, who is sickly and quarantined on another platform. She calms herself by retelling Alice's adventures in Wonderland to herself, remembering how she and Alfred used to act out scenes in the days before the war. When fantasy begins to blur with reality, Alice must decide which world is worth living in. For fans of historical fiction and Alice in Wonderland, pick up Alice by Heart by Stephen Sater. You can also find the Broadway cast recording on Hoopla. Our next book is touted as great for fans of Six of Crows, Holly Black, and Marie Lu. It's 7 Deadly Shadows by Courtney Alameda and Valin E. Maitani, published by Quill Tree Books and based on Akira Kurosawa's highly ranked film, Seven Samurai. Kira Fujikawa is a 17-year-old student in Kyoto, Japan. Though she's bullied by the rich girls around her, she knows it isn't because of the fact that she's there on scholarship. It's because she has the power to see and communicate with yokai, kitsune, oni, and other supernatural beings. Because of this ability, she has been trained as a Shinto shrine maiden, where her job is to cleanse evil from the world. When her family shrine's destroyed, it's Kira's duty to save the world from catastrophe. Not being a skilled fighter herself, she enlists the help of 7 death gods to help her slay Shutendoji, the Demon King. Will Kira be successful in saving humankind? Pick up 7 Deadly Shadows by Courtney Alameda and Valin Imetani to find out. Finally, we have our most new release, This Is How We Fly by Anna Mariano, published by Philomel Books, a loosely based feminist Cinderella story. In her last summer before heading off to college, 17-year-old Ellen Lopez Rourke finds herself grounded by none other than her stepmother. The only way her parents will let her out of the house to spend time with her friends before they head off to different schools is by allowing her to join the local Muggle Quidditch team. Ellen finds herself connecting with the all-gender group of scrappy players, but her 2 best friends are pulling away and moving on. Her home life isn't the best either, and now Ellen has to fight for the future she so desperately wants. For a realistic tale of friendship and finding yourself, with a heaping helping of Harry Potter fandom, request This Is How We Fly by Anna Mariano. Have some old books lying around? Grab a couple and get ready to turn them into items both practical and suitable for gifting. Before we get started, I have to warn you, do not use library books for these projects. Our first craft is turning book pages into bookmarks. For this project, you will need an old book, something to draw with, I'm using a marker, scissors, clear packing tape, a single hole punch, ribbon, string, yarn, something like that, and a ruler.
The first step to creating your bookmark is to tear a page out of a book and use your ruler and pencil, or if you want to eyeball it, that's fine, how wide and how long you want your bookmarks to be. I made mine 1.5 inches wide by 6.5 inches long, and this is what that's going to look like. Now use your scissors to cut these out. I was able to get 3 out of my book page. You might be able to get more or less depending on how big your book is. And you can either leave those strips blank or you can decorate them. I'm going to use the decorated one. And to laminate, if you want to protect it, you're going to use some clear packing tape. Make sure you don't cut a bookmark wider than your tape. So cut a strip longer than your bookmark. Be really careful not to get your fingerprints in the middle because they will show. This is very sticky, so. Lay your bookmark down. Smooth it out, and then very carefully fold the tape over. Mine didn't quite fold in half, but you get the idea. Let's try another one. There you go. And take your scissors. Trim the end off. There's not much to trim at the top. So I already have a decorated one that I laminated earlier. And you can either give them like this, or if you want to add a ribbon, you can use a hole punch. There we go. My ribbon's a little thick, so I'm going to put 2 holes so I can get it through. You have a lovely blank bookmark and a decorated bookmark with a nice ribbon.
Next, we're going to make an origami gift box out of book pages. You will need an old book, a pencil, scissors, and a ruler.
Tear 2 pages out of a book. Use your ruler and your pencil to measure squares on your paper, making sure that the first square is a 1/2 inch bigger than your second square. For mine, I measured 5.5 by 5.5 and 5 by 5. Once you get those squares measured, cut them out, and they'll be 2 different sizes, which is important because we want the top to fit over the bottom. We're going to start with the bottom piece first. Lay it flat and fold it in half. Then turn it 90 degrees, unfold it, and fold it in half again. I like to put a little dot in the center. It makes it easier for me to see. And then I fold the corners into the center. Now fold it in half. Fold it in half again. Just make sure you get those creases. And then fold one edge into the center. Get a good crease. Fold the second edge into the center. It's a little crooked. There we go. And unfold that. Turn and do the same thing. Fold your edges into the center. Okay, so it's gonna look like that. Unfold these 2 corners here. This is the little tricky. This is the part that tricked me up, so I'm gonna show you something that'll help. Fold one side up and then fold your end up, and you see this part here? This is the part you kind of want to push in. It's a little hard to see, but you're going to push that side in. Do the same thing for this side. Kind of fold these 2 up, take that corner and push it in. Now fold this flap down over the edge, and there you go. And repeat it on this side. It'll be a little easier to do. Fold that in. Come on. Sometimes it does come unfolded. Okay. And that's the bottom of your box. You're going to repeat those steps for the top. And there you go. Got your top and your bottom. And now you have a little book page gift box.
Our final project uses a whole book and turns it into a sculptural work of art. You'll need a hardcover book with at least 250 pages or more and some binder clips. You may also use drawing or art supplies to decorate your finished sculpture.
For your book page sculpture, take your book and find the middle. You can either do that by finding the page number and dividing in two, or just eyeballing it, which is what I did. And I went ahead and bookmarked that. Once you've got it open, you're going to count 40 pages on each side. Once you reach 40 pages, use one of your alligator clips to clip it. Repeat for the next side. And clip those. We're going to start with the right-hand set of pages. Clip the pages you're not working with to the binder so they don't get in the way, and unclip your first set. I'm going to use a piece of paper to help show you the folding technique. It'll be a little bit easier. You're going to take the corner and you're going to fold it towards the center of the book. Like I said, it's a little easier if you crack the spine. Now take this edge here and fold it into the spine. It's going to look like that. Now, take this bottom edge, kind of crease it against the bottom edge of the book, and then tuck it under, and repeat that for the next page. Repeat for all of these pages. Ready to see the final product? Ta-da! Here's your very own book page tree sculpture. You can either leave it as is, or you can decorate the end pages with winter scenes or other art and drawings. Put a star on top, color the edges of your tree. Really, it's entirely up to you. This took me about 30 to 45 minutes of folding from beginning to end, and it would be a great opportunity to listen to music or watch a movie on Hoopla, or listen to a great audiobook on Libby. All of these resources are free with your library card, so check that out. Happy making!
These are just a few ways to upcycle some old books. Here are some others. What other projects can you think of? For more great content, follow us on social media. We are at Chat Libraries on Facebook and YouTube, and at CV Libraries on Instagram. I'm Miss Megan from the Columbus Public Library Teen Department. Thanks for joining me on the final What's New in Teen Lit of 2020. See you next time.